it's me, Alex, the stay-at-home reader, and this is going to be a very chaotic intro, but we are about to head out the door for a 3-day weekend in New Hampshire. It's Friday now. Our nephew's birthday party is tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll be driving home. So this is like the last out the door rush, but I wanted to do my intro now because I have a DNF that I want to just share, and I don't feel like bringing it with me to talk about later. So as we walk out the door, this is popping back into the library return bag. And that is Mother Thing by Ainsley Hogarth. This is a DNF at page 40. That's how far I made it. Because I have so many library books out at the moment and they're all new releases, I am being very, very picky and petty with my DNFs, and I'm not sorry. So I got to, it was page 43. I got to chapter 4. I got in bed, cracked open the book, read a single line. So let me set the scene. Ralph's mother has committed suicide and he is grieving, and this is basically how the book opens. So now by chapter 4, the morning after his mother's passing, Laura, the narrator, finds Ralph. No, I'm sorry. Laura is his mother. Abby is his wife, the narrator. So Abby says, I find Ralph asleep in Laura's room, surrounded by tissues, as though he's either passed out crying or passed out masturbating. Or maybe a little bit of both. Like, come on. So read that line, was literally like, what the hell? And threw the book out of bed. Said, that's it, I'm done, DNF. I had already kind of started skimming because I wasn't liking the writing or the tone. Like, there was something quirky about it that I found engaging, but at the same time not really connecting to. And then with that line, I was like, yeah, no, this is that thing that I feel like edgy woman writers try to do. This, I've said it before, it's like this obscene, like, got your attention kind of writing, like they're trying to get a reaction. And that line was just so fucking stupid that the book got tossed out of bed. And instead I read a chapter of Invited, which is what I'm going to be focusing on this weekend at my in-laws' house. The other book that's going in my library return bag is Him Standing. This one is a nice little shorty by an Ojibwe writer, and I will talk about it in my November wrap-up because I read it for the Skoden readathon, but it's going in the library return bag. And now it's time to get on the road. No biting. Hi. It's like 10:20, so bed time. My eyes are like burning. They're so tired. But of course, I'm going to attempt to read a page before my eyes close and I succumb to slumber. Yeah, I'm gonna try to read a page anyway. More than a page, but you know, small goals. I started The Invited the other day by Jennifer McMahon, It is about a woman who is building a home with her husband. I think they ended up in Vermont. So right away, I love books set in New England. She is a historian at heart, and so she really wanted to buy an old house and like reclaim the house, just like rehab an old house. And her husband wasn't loving anything. He's more of an environmentalist, so he would love to build a more green, like solar panels, eco-friendly, whatever kind of house in an old style. So they're compromising, and they bought land that is locals call haunted. And so I'm just like 2 chapters in and they've poured the foundation. So from what I understand is she will be reclaiming materials that are themselves haunted and bringing that into her new build of a home. So the home itself is not haunted, but I don't know. But in doing so, she's inviting in whatever spirit, probably of a witch. The book opens with Hattie Breckenridge from who was hung as a witch in 1924 by her neighbors. And then chapter 1 starts with Helen. And so I've just gotten to chapter 2, which is a new perspective. So we'll see who Olive is. I like it so far. I read one other book by Jennifer McMahon, The Winter People. I feel like if you've read one book from Jennifer McMahon, it was The Winter People. That one was creepy. A very atmospheric horror. Very cold, and well, yeah, it's called winter, right? But they're out in like the woods in a snowstorm. Very I guess atmospheric is the way to describe it. I'm gonna stick with that. So getting in bed now. Chapter 2, I'm gonna fall asleep in 1 page. I guarantee it. The decorated bandstand and the historic district and all the indie shops. It's like Gilmore Girls.
Better, I grew up here.
But better because you grew up here. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I seem to have overestimated how much I would read while we're up here in New Hampshire. Usually we get to my in-laws' house, the kids take off, we stay put, and I just read my little heart away. This visit, we went to my brother-in-law's house because it was his son's 3rd birthday, and then Nate and I went downtown. As you saw, it was such a nice night. It was actually like much warmer than I expected. So like even once all the shops had closed, because this is small town New Hampshire, stuff was like wrapping up and closing by like 6 on a Saturday night. Jersey girl, not used to that, let me tell you. But yeah, even with all the shops closed, it was just really nice to walk around. So haven't read as much as I usually read when we come visit my in-laws. That sounds bad. I swear, you know, we play card games and we play board games and we hang out and chat, but I do manage to get a lot of reading done here. So I had brought, in addition to The Invited, I brought Redbone, graphic novel, and this nonfiction, Braiding Sweetgrass, that I have been slowly making my way through. I've been really enjoying taking my time with it. Beautiful book, which everyone knows by now. I'm late to the Sweetgrass party. Now we're gonna go take a walk, bundle up, and take a walk over to my in-laws live on a lake. I've vlogged here before, so I'm sure you know. We're gonna take a walk to where the dam is and throw rocks on the ice to hear them make funny noises. It's the beginning of it's the early freeze, so there's a lot of air trapped, and the rocks make like this echoey whistle when they hit. So we're gonna go do that now. Trying to figure out how thick it is. All right, Chewy, come on. Oh, it's too far. Oh gosh. Come on, Chewy, fast. Slide. Good boy. We're about ready to head back home. We've got like a 3.5-hour drive. Stinks, but what are you gonna do? I've read about, I feel like I'm over a quarter, well, less than a third of the way through The Invited. I do have to finish it by Wednesday because it is my book club book for November. So we'll meet to discuss it on the 30th. So, thoughts so far, very entertaining, very engaging, kind of reminds me of We Have Always Lived in the Castle. So it alternates perspectives between Helen, the woman who has bought land in Vermont with her husband, and they're building a house. She's a historian, so she wanted to reclaim an old house. He wanted to build a house. And then the other perspective, so every other chapter is a 14-year-old girl named Olive who's quirky, doesn't fit in school. She and her mother had this fantasy of finding this hidden treasure in town. There's like a local legend of this woman who buried treasure, and she was a witch, and she haunts the bog, which happens to be where Helen and her husband Nate bought their property. But her mother took off supposedly with another man that she was having an affair with, and so Olive has this fantasy that she's going to find the treasure, and her mom will hear about it and come back. So those are the 2 points of view. There was something about Olive that reminded me quite a bit of Maricat, where she's just like a weird kid who in her actions kind of creates this haunting experience. So I wasn't expecting to get haunted vibes so early. I thought it would happen more as they're reclaiming materials for the home build, but right away Helen is bought into this idea of not that she believes in witches, but so she says when she learns that her home is believed to be haunted, but she's really excited because as a historian, that means that there's something. There's some story to tell. But she very quickly is convinced that the witch might be real. So I've just gotten to a point where now the 2 points of view are interacting. And so we'll see what happens from there as far as supernatural, haunting, ghost vibes. But really entertaining book. I'll probably read some more tonight, wrap up, and close out this vlog tomorrow morning, Monday. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I haven't read any more since the last I checked in. Last night, the drive home was awful in the rain. It's haunted. My book is haunted. Yeah, we drove home in the rain. It was awful. We had to stop at a gas station to get like Rain-X for the windshield to like try to improve our visibility, because at night with the lights and the water, it was rough, and you know, driving in the dark on the highway, it sucked. And then we still managed to get home before 9 p.m. so not bad, but then just getting settled at home, I was just on TikTok and started editing the footage I had for this vlog. So I didn't read at all last night. Haven't read yet today. It's been a slow morning. Kids are finishing up a video game, and then we're gonna do a little bit of schoolwork and start prepping the house. We've got a lot of cleaning to do and some rearranging to do if we are going to fit a Christmas tree in here. Vlogmas. I'm going to attempt to do daily vlogs for Vlogmas. That's how my channel started last year. So I'm kind of excited. Maybe I'll rewatch last year's videos and get like hyped holiday spirit with the kids. So yeah, you will have to stay put for my November wrap up. Maybe that'll be my first Vlogmas video, and see what I thought about this. As of now, maybe about a third of the way in, liking it. I don't totally remember the winter people, other than like I enjoyed the reading experience, but I think I like this one more so far. And if you are like me, big fan of Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle, I say give this a try, because it got similar vibes, similar characterization with the young girl, like young teenage girl, but a more modern story. So yeah, is it going to keep my interest? We'll find out. Book club is Wednesday the 30th, and then Vlogmas starts, and I'll let you know what I thought in the end. Okay. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.